Good morning, welcome back to the channel. This your boy S.O.G. Before we begin this video, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps a lot. Now both guns do come with different packages. For example, the Canik Prime comes with an optic or without the optic, and that price does fluctuate by a couple $100s. And the Hellcat Pro Comp also comes with something called the Gear Up package, which is one of the best values out there, which will include an optic, 3 additional magazines, and a range bag. Now the Canik Prime is going to come with 2 17-round magazines, and the Hellcat Pro Comp without the Gear Up package will either come with 2 15s or 1 15 and 1 17 like we're showing here. But if you get the Gear Up package, as I mentioned, you do get 2 15s and 3 17s. Now looking at the dimensions between these two, the Hellcat Pro Comp is going to be standing at an overall height of 4.8 inches. The Prime is going to be at 5.43 inches, and that height is with the 15-round magazine in the Hellcat Pro Comp. Lengthwise, the Hellcat Pro Comp is going to be at an overall length of 6.6 inches. The Prime is going to be at 6.73 inches. As far as width goes, the width are pretty much just about the same. The Canik Prime being at 1.16 inches and the Hellcat Pro being at 1 inch exactly. Taking a look at the weight between the two, now without any ammo or anything like that, the Hellcat Pro Comp is coming in at 21 ounces and the MC9 Prime is coming in at 23 ounces. Taking a look at the barrel and recoil spring differences, the Hellcat Pro comes in with a 3.7 inch compensated barrel, and the Canik Prime comes in with a 3.6 compensated or ported barrel. Now, as you guys can see, the Prime's barrel has 3 individual slots versus the Hellcat Pro having one big enormous cut in the barrel. The Canik Prime has an orange trinium front night sight versus the Hellcat Pro. Hellcat Pro also has a trinium night sight up front, and that one is that yellowish greenish color. Now looking at the rear sights, both are metal sights. The one on the Canik is serrated and they are night sights, and the rear sights on the Hellcat Pro Comp are not night sights. They are not serrated. Both guns are optic compatible. They are optics ready. While we're on the topic of the slide, if you take a look through here, the Hellcat Pro Comp comes with a loaded chamber indicator window. So all you have to do is look down that window and see if you've got one in the chamber. The Canik Prime also comes with a loaded chamber indicator, and that one is also just on top of the slide right here. So once you have one in the chamber, this little tab will stick right out and show you and tell you you've got one in the chamber. Taking a look at the slide serrations, the Canik MC9 Prime has full front and rear slide serrations. The serrations themselves are very aggressive, very deep and pronounced, making it very easy to rack the slide on this. I also like how they went ahead and continued the serration and texturing along their barrel to match, so that is very nice of them to do. On the slide itself, you also have a window cut just right up here, and as you can see, it does say Prime. The Hellcat Pro Comp also comes with front and rear slide serrations. They are not as aggressive or deep or pronounced, but they function just fine. Moving on down to the frame and the grip texturing. Now you just get an abundant amount of grip texturing. The Canik MC9 Prime has 2 different types of texturing. The texturing or stippling on the side panels are not as aggressive as the stippling on the rear or the front panels of the gun. That being that when Canik made this gun, they thought about carrying and the sides being less abrasive against the skin versus the rear and the front panels. So that is very nice and innovative for Canik to do. Taking a look at the texturing on the Hellcat Pro Comp, you can see that it's got just the very common texturing and stippling that Springfield Armory gives all of us, and it is fantastic and it works just fine. Not as aggressive as the MC9 Prime, but still extremely nice and functional. Both also come with stippled memory pads here for your resting finger. While we are on the grip, unfortunately the Hellcat Pro Comp does not come with any backstrap options, so you just get what comes with the gun. It does, however, come with a slight beaver tail that works really nicely to prevent any slide bite. Taking a look at the Canik Prime here, the Canik Prime does come with 3 optional back straps, and that is 3 options in total. So you get a small, medium, and large. You also get a nice beaver tail just right here that also does a great job of preventing any slide bite. If you're planning on putting on a weapon mounted light, the Canik Prime gives you a 3-slot Picatinny Rail to do that, and the Hellcat Pro Comp gives you a 2-slot Picatinny Rail to mount your lights. So let's take a look at the trigger difference between these two. Now we're going to take a look at exactly how many pounds of pressure it takes to break on the trigger here. We'll start with the Canik Prime. Alright, that broke at exactly 4.5 pounds. Hellcat Pro Comp. That broke at 5.5 pounds. Taking a look at the controls here on the Canik MC9 Prime, it is an ambidextrous gun, so you will see that you have the slide release on this side as well as this side. The mag release, however, is only for right-handed shooters, but you do have the option to switch it to left-handed shooter. So a very good gun for anybody who is ambidextrous or who's a wrong-sided shooter. Taking a look at the Hellcat Pro Comp, this one also can be able to switch the mag release from righty to lefty. However, the slide release and slide lock must remain on as a right-handed shooter. The disassembly on the Hellcat Pro Comp is very simple. All you have to do is lock the slide back, lift on this tab right here, and release the slide. Now once you release the slide, pull the trigger, and that will remove the upper from the lower. The disassembly on the Canik Prime is very similar to Glock, in which you're gonna just pull back the slide, and you got a tab right here, and you've got another tab here. You're gonna pull down at the same time, push the slide forward, and it comes apart. My shooting experience with both of these has been great. I didn't have not one issue with either of the two at the range. I shot about 250 rounds so far through the Canik MC9 Prime, and I would say about 3 to 350 on the Hellcat Pro Comp. Now both ports or comps do a great job of mitigating that muzzle rise or muzzle flip, and both do a nice job of handling recoil. I do think that the Canik Prime has less felt recoil than the Hellcat Pro Comp, and the fact that the Canik MC9 Prime has a lighter trigger, it makes it a little bit more of a better shooting experience between the two. But I'd like to know what you guys think. What do you guys think between the Canik MC9 Prime and the Hellcat Pro Comp? Which of these two do you like best, and which would you invest your money in? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video.